Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today we will design a necklace using this GGC treasure bag, the sunrise collection. This strand of beads which has a lot of glitter and also the teardrop golden beads. We'll make a necklace out of it. We already made some necklaces with the bag or with the bag, the GGC treasure bag. The first one being this pearl necklace that I want to show you guys. So this is the one that we did already, the tassel and the pearls that we did, the first one, the first necklace. Then the second necklace is this one, the knotted necklace with the heart crystal pendant. It's with Chinese knotting cord and some sliding knot. The matte beads I used and some 8 seed beads. That's what I used for this necklace. And the third necklace that I did was the interchangeable pendant necklace, which is right here. So this is the necklace. It's a very pretty necklace. And as you guys can see, these pendants are in the lobster claw, so if you want you can remove it. And the clasp is in the front. Okay, so you can actually wear it like this, but this is long enough to even go through your head. So it's a double strand one. I just strung the beads through the 8mm Chinese knotting cord. I didn't knot anywhere except for the starting knot and the ending macrame a little bit, but I used toggle clasp for a macrame necklace, so that's a different one altogether for you guys. So it's an asymmetrical necklace, as you guys can see, such a different one, and I really like the way this turned out to be. I used all the beads from the box except for the seed beads and the cord. So that's the third necklace that I made with the treasure bag, and you can change this pendant whenever you want. See this lobster claw, you can attach it to the toggle. Now we will design a necklace using these beads. So this is a very shiny bead, and this is gonna be like a shinier necklace. But you can, if you have the green one, I suggest use the green one because that's matte and that will look really nice with this, but I didn't want to use that. So I didn't want to use that because I have only 6 of them. The rest I have already used for the project, but if you want you can use that way. And we can make drops. With these drops we can make dangles out of it, and then we are going to connect it to the hey there, welcome back. So here is what I have figured it out. I made a couple of dangles, okay, with these drop beads that we got. So I used a ball head pin. This is a very thin head pin, probably 26 gauge ball head pins. I bought this from India. It came like this. So and then you have to cut it and use it. So I cannot even go and get it anymore, that's for sure. Just once I went, and it was a long travel away from my mother-in-law's house, and she took me. Now she has become a little bit sick, and she won't even be able to travel that much with me. Without her, I don't know the language there, so it's hard for me to navigate in that place. I won't be able to get it, but I really do have quite some to work with, so I'm glad that I could do that. I should figure out some other way to get it, but for now, in the near future, I won't be able to get it. So I just did a wrap loop with that wire, and tuck the tail in. So I added this 11 seed beads at the end because the ball head pin was very thin and the beads were going through and through. So that's the reason I added the seed bead at the end. And I also added this seed bead just because I don't want to take the attraction from the glittery beads, and I want this necklace to be a monochromatic color, probably a little bit darker and lighter color of the same one. I have never done a golden color monochromatic, trust me, that's not my style, but I thought, why can't I try it? Maybe there will be folks who will love it, right? So I just wanted to give it a try. Here I am giving it a try. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take some 7-strand bead stringing wire. Any wire whichever you have will be fine for this project. So I'm gonna take some of the wire and this is a spool of wire. Normally there is a place wherein you can hold the end of the wire, but normally it kinks it. If you can see that, that's kinked right there. So it's better to take a painter's tape or scotch tape, whichever you have available, and then add it here and here, just like that, so that you can leave your wire in there. You don't have to get it stuck there and that being kinked and all of that. So that's a tip for you guys right there. Okay, this is the, I'm not so sure whether I'm going to use seed beads or not, and I like to work with the spool. I don't want to cut my wire ahead because I never know whether I want a longer necklace or a shorter necklace. So that's the reason I really work with the spool, but you can also cut if you're sure enough how long you want your necklace to be. So I'm just gonna start and I'm gonna incorporate the seed beads too. Just it's a good, I mean, I always like to add seed beads, you guys know me. So here I go. I take this teardrop beads and put it aside for now. I have the dangles over here. Okay, I have totally 9 dangles, so you can do like, you know, either 5, 7 or 9 or 11. So let me see if I add this seed bead, how it looks. I really like to add the seed bead because the seed bead doesn't take away the glitteriness of this, and then it is not a contrast color as well, but you can use a contrast color. I was looking for that green matte color that I have, so you can use that, but I wasn't bold enough to use that color here. So but I really like this seed bead in between. That gives a nice look to this. So I'm gonna save you guys some time. You don't have to watch me thread all my beads. All I'm doing is adding my beads to a 7-strand bead stringing wire. You can use the 19-strand bead stringing wire or the 49-strand bead stringing wire. You can use either of them. I am having this in my stash a lot, so I'm using that. I will finish stringing a little bit. These drops are going to come only in the middle of the project, so so this is gonna be a necklace which is not long. It's gonna be a shorter necklace. So 16-inch worth of beads we need for a shorter necklace. 16, 18, 20, that's how the size goes. You can do either 16 or 18. I may do 18. So 17-inch of beads I will do. 1 inch I will have for the clasp. So we have our toggle clasp from the box, so I'm going to use that only. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to 17, if you split 17 into half, it will be 8.5. So 8.5 inch on one side, 8.5 inch on the other side. Say about 9 dangles if I want to. I will do 6 inch or so, 6 to 7 inch, and then start adding the drops, and then I will finish it. So you can also do this, you can add some beads, and then, for example, right now I decide to add the dangles, then I can add beads at the end later. You can do that way, but I'm just stringing all the beads. So these adding seed beads, what it does to the project is it makes the shape look more prominent, rather than it being right next to it. One thing, it also adds length to your project. Say if you have a strand which is not a full strand, even if it is full 16 inch strand, your necklace, if you add the clasp part of it 1 inch, then your necklace will be only 17 inch long. If you want a little bit longer necklace, because I have a neck I have a really thick and fat neck, so 16 something which is close to my neck, I don't really like them, so I want it a little bit down, that my necklace a little bit looser, so that I can wear it a little bit down the neckline. So that's what I prefer. So in that case, if you add seed beads in between, it will not take away the prettiness of the project, but at the same time it gives you the length. Okay, so that's, and again, see this, it's much better if there is a seed bead in between. So seed bead is our friend, but it's always an option. You guys don't want to add seed bead, you can add metallic beads. I don't prefer metallic beads. Why? Because our neck, in the back of our neck, there is a lot of chances that we sweat, and so metallic beads may react to the sweat. Some people are allergic to it, and it might get tarnished also, so that's also an option. So that's the reason I don't like adding metallic beads in between every bead of mine. This is an alternate version. You can go a metallic seed bead too, that will give you the same effect of adding metallic beads, but still these seed beads, even if they lose its color, it becomes transparent, it doesn't tarnish. The tarnishing effect is what doesn't look good. So that's the reason. So when I measure it, it's already 8 inches long. So I'm ready to add the dangles. So I'm gonna add the dangles, just add the dangles. I'm not adding seed beads in between, just the beads, the dangles, followed by a dangle, a bead, just like that. So the distance between these, there won't be any distance, so it is right next to it, but I really like the way that goes. So I'm gonna string this and come back and show you guys how this will look. Okay, welcome back. I finished stringing this project, and I'm gonna take 3 beads over here. So the thing is, I felt like the 11 was very less number of dangles, so I made more of them, and that looks kind of very pretty for me. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna crimp this at the end with our toggle clasp. The toggle clasp was in the box itself, so we don't have to take anything from our stash. A nice golden toggle. I'm gonna take some crimp tubes from my stash. You can do crimp tube or crimp bead, whichever you prefer, that's fine. or whichever is in your stash. So I'm adding 2 just to be on the safer side. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a seed bead. Actually, 3 seed beads, and then my crimp. There is a reason behind it. And the toggle clasp, one end of the toggle clasp. Come back through my crimp tubes, and if possible a couple of seed beads, which is very, very tight, so I'm okay. I'm just gonna pass through the crimp tube, and the tendency of the wire is to twist inside, so make sure you hold it parallel and go ahead and crimp both of them. And then take your wire cutters, and I'm gonna trim it off because my seed bead, the 11 seed bead, doesn't hold 2 of this wires. So as close to the crimp bead as possible. So I did that. Now I am going to I work with a spool. You guys know by this time, if you guys are watching my videos, I always work with a spool. So here we go. I'm gonna cut the wire right when I'm going to crimp. Okay, so that's that. And I'm gonna take 3 beads away from this and add just the seed beads, because I want this to be not a long necklace. I want it just to be below my neckline, so that's the reason I cut short it. I have enough beads now to work with for the earrings. And so 2 of the crimp tube goes here, and before crimping this, making sure everything is proper. Yeah. Then the bar part of the toggle. So the bar part of the toggle, when you put it inside, it needs to go on the side so that it can slide through our round part of the toggle. That's the reason I added 3 seed beads out there, so that both the sides will be uniform. Otherwise you will have to add seed beads only at this end for the purpose of it. So that's the reason I added 3 seed beads over there. So because of the crimp tubes is already 2, that gives us some length, but then the toggle, the bar part of the toggle is a little bit long, so that's why I need at least 5 11 seed beads worth of space for it to turn nicely. So that's the reason I added 3 seed beads. Hold your end of the wire, pull everything through, and then make sure you keep the necklace in a U form and not the straight form, as I have talked about this in almost every video of mine when I'm crimping. Because what happens is, when you keep it in the straight format and do it, there won't be any give, there won't be any space, and it will be stiff when you make it into a U. This is how you are gonna wear in your neck. So that's how you put it, and then push all the beads and then crimp the wire. I am flat crimping it. You can always, use your crimping pliers. Then snip off the excess wire, and now our necklace is done. See that you have to fold it, like you have to bend this like this for it to go through this part. right? So that's the reason. Even though this bead is not very big, but still a 4mm bead would be an ideal bead. If it is at the end, you can still use the toggle part. But if it is a little bit more than the 4mm, I wouldn't take a chance. I would always add a seed bead or two at the end. So this is the necklace. It's a simple bead stringing necklace, but it is very, very gorgeous. I added 11 seed beads in between this kind of a lantern beads, right? That's what it's called. Its shape is also exactly like that. And in the middle of the necklace, I added dangles, which I made with a 26 gauge wire ball head pin and 11 seed bead, and then the teardrop beads that we got in the box. And everything is a monochromatic color, but it is a very pretty piece statement necklace. I like the way this turned out to be. And I added the toggle clasp also that we got from the bag. So it's a perfect combination. I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day, and if you'd like to subscribe to the GGC Treasure Bag, I will leave down the description box below the link for you guys to sign up at www.ggctreasures.com. Have a good day. Bye.